Welcome to Yoga for Runners by Soleil Yoga. This practice is going to focus on opening the hips, stretching the hamstrings, and strengthening the core. We'll begin our practice in child's pose. Arms reached out in front of you, forehead rests on the mat. Option to have the knees as wide as the mat or bring them into a diamond pose. You can bring the arms alongside you, palms facing up beside the feet. Just breathing deeply into the belly here, massaging the internal organs. And when you're ready, come up. I'm going to do cat-cow to stretch the spine. So come into a tabletop position. Inhale, arch the back, lift the head up. Exhale, round the back, head relaxes. Inhale, look up, arch the back. Exhale, head is heavy, round the back. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, round the back. From here, push back into a downward facing dog. And just pedal out the legs, bending one knee at a time, creating comfort and space in the hip structure. Stretch the shoulders and reach the right leg back, preparing to bring it between the hands. Bring the left knee down, toes curl, low lunge. You can stay here, or if it's available to you, you can reach the arms up overhead, remembering to support the hip structure by energetically bringing the heel towards the left knee. Come back down, lift the left knee off the mat, reach the right leg back behind you, come back into downward facing dog. Now same thing on the left side, lift the left leg long behind you, and then inhale, reach the left leg between the hands, right knee to the ground. Right toes relax back. And again, reach the arms up overhead. Support the hip structure, but also stretching deeply into it. Arms come back down. Come on to the right toes, lift the knee, and reach the left leg back behind you. Reaching the heels towards the floor in your downward facing dog. Stretching into the shoulders. Now reach the right leg back behind you. Coming into pigeon pose, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Reach the left leg long back behind you. Stretching the entire hip structure. If it's available to you, come down onto your elbows and rest the head on the pillows made by your hands. Breathing deeply into the hip structure. Relaxing. And when you're ready, come back up. Curl the left toes under and shift weight into the left hip. Bring the right leg back behind you and down beside the left leg. Now same thing on the left side, reach the left leg long behind you, left knee to left elbow, left leg on the ground, and right leg stretches back, toes are pointed. And again, come down onto the elbows for a deeper stretch, or stay upright if that's more comfortable to you. And just breathe here. And when you're ready, come back up. Put some weight on the right hip flexor to open the hip. Curl the right toes under. Bring the left leg back. And come into your downward facing dog once again. Really stretching into the shoulders. Relax the head down. And now round forward into a plank pose. Drop the knees and come into a diamond pose, stretching the tops of the feet and the ankles. Option to reach the arms behind you and lift the chest, breathing into the chest, increasing the lungs capacity. And now come forward. Curl the toes underneath, sit on the heels to stretch the arches of the feet, and from here you can do a couple of simple arm stretches. Right arm across the body, held with the left arm. Now left arm across the body, held with the right arm. Now reach the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Open the chest, reach the head back if it's comfortable for you. Now bring the hands beside you. We're going to come into an eagle pose. So left leg is folded in front of you, right leg comes up and over. So the knees are as close as you can get them together, the feet on either side of the body. You should feel this stretch in the hips. Option to reach the arms forward or just stay in an upright seated position here. Stretching deeply into the hips. A more passive way of getting deep into the hip structure and the hamstrings. When you're ready, switch the legs. So the right leg is folded in front of you, the left leg over top. Feet are relaxed. You can keep the hands on the left knee, or you can bend forward, going deeper into the stretch. And just breathe here into the belly. When you're ready, come back up. Release the legs from the position and come into butterfly. So soles of the feet are together, knees are open wide. And just sit up straight here, focus on a straight spine. You can begin to lean the spine slightly forward, but really reach up and forward. You can hold on to the feet. Relax the head down slightly. Flutter the legs to increase the flexibility of the hips. And release the legs out in front of you. Going to come down onto our backs, preparing for bridge pose. So feet are hips distance apart. Lift the hips up to the ceiling. You can keep the arms alongside you or interlace the hands underneath the back. And the focus here is to bring the chest to the chin, stimulating the thyroid, breathing into the belly, strengthening the lower back, and stretching the front of the body. Come down in the hips, bring the knees into the body, and just hug the knees. Bring the head up, and with every exhale, hug the knees in tighter. Bring your head back down to the mat. Option here to roll slightly side to side, massaging the lower back. Now release the left leg long in front of you. And bring the right knee across the body and reach the right arm out and look across the right arm, stretching deeply into the right hip. Left leg stays long, a spinal twist, and a hip opener. Now come back to center. Bring the right knee in and the left knee. Now switch sides. The right leg comes long out in front of you. The left leg across the body. And the left arm reaches out, and look across your left arm. And just breathe here. Bring the left knee back to center. Bring the knees into the chest. And now come into happy baby pose. Holding on to the big toes and stretching deep into the hamstrings. Option to roll from side to side, massaging the lower back once again. Now bring the feet down to the mat. We're going to collapse the knees in towards each other. So first walk the feet to the edges or off the mat, and then just relax and let the knees come together and rest the hands on the belly. And you can just stay here. This is our final relaxation pose. You can dip one knee and then the other, getting deeper into the hips, relaxing the body and focusing on bringing the breath deep into your belly. Just feeling the benefits of your practice, feeling the openness of the hips, breathing gently and relaxing the entire body. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. You can rest in Shavasana